I'm gonna keep it a stat with y'all. I done started and ended this recording like 5 times. I keep stumbling over my words. But then I just had to tell myself, this your second video. You're not finna get it right. So, you feel me? I'm finna get it right, but I'm not finna get it perfect. You see what I'm saying? So, it's gonna take time, and as long as y'all willing to give me time, then greatness gonna happen. So, I'm here with the second video, first Heat reaction. Preseason game tonight against the Hornets. I just watched the game. It's a good game. But I got like a couple things I want to get into, so let's get into these highlights. Before we get into these highlights, though, I'm gonna let y'all know that this is a regular thing. Every single Heat game, we will be going over it. We will be talking about it throughout the whole season, throughout the playoffs, all the way up until our championship run, until we go get banner number 4. So, be prepared. And you know me, I'm gonna keep it a stat. Well, you don't know me because it's only my second video. But I'm letting you know right now, I'm gonna keep it a stat. You feel me? Of course, I got favorites, but I'm gonna talk about them the same way as I'll talk about a nigga who not my favorite. So, let's get into it. See what we talking about here.
He will try to be a better offensive.
So, already, let's stop right here. As you can see, the game just started, so the people on the court is our starting lineup. So we got Kyle Lowry, Tyler Hero, Josh Richardson, who I'm happy that we got back, Bam, and Kevin Love. So right out the gate, Kyle Lowry should not be starting. Okay, he's out there for decoration. On offense, as you see, he's just running to the corner, and when he gets the ball, he's not looking at the rim to shoot. So he's basically not on offense, and then on defense, he's not guarding nobody. He's slow and he's old. Okay, you can see Caleb Martin on the bench over here, and I don't know where Jimmy's at, but Jimmy didn't play this game. They're not hurt. They just preseason. So these three should definitely be starting. These three definitely should be starting. From watching the game, they had nice careers. Kevin Love, you had an amazing career. So did Kyle Lowry. You both are champions. But I wasn't really liking what I seen. But let's get into it.
Team this season. Remember, they were last in the league in scoring a year ago. Bam, 17-footer, ring it up for 2 shots here in the preseason. 4-1 Miami. Here's Washington against Love. Nice stop at the dotted line. 9th year at a Louisville. First 4 years of Celt. This is his 5th year with Charlotte. There's Gordon Hayward. And he rings up a 3. Just 7-footer at a Duke. At second-year pro, Mark Williams, who is the full-time starter at center this year for Charlotte. Rozier with a ring.
That was a big point of emphasis on me in training camp, was getting that high-low action, but it was side out. They fouled him. Officials able to catch him.
Let me stop it right here. I'm going to need that from Hero all season. You see, we missed out on Dame, but I feel like we still have enough. I feel like we still got a nice little deep team. We're definitely better than we was last year, regardless of what you might think who don't watch the Heat, who think that us losing Gabe Vincent and Max Strus, who y'all never heard of before the finals last year, is going to make us worse than we were last year. We're definitely better than we were last year. And for us to take that step, I'm going to need Hero to be more, like, I wouldn't say more aggressive, because I don't want him just forcing up shots in the offense. I definitely want him to hone into that off-the-ball role, because he is our best shooter. He's our best shooter, so he brings the most attention. As you can see right now, he's drawn 2 to the ball, which is, look, Jay Rich opened at the top of the key, and depending on the way Melo play that, he can have either K-Love or Kyle Lowry on the corner. Not to mention, Bam does have the mismatch with Gordon Hayward. So I'm going to need Hero to be more efficient, to be less trying to pound the ball and play within the offense. Because the same shots that we generated for Max Strus and Gabe Vincent is the same shots that we can generate for Tyler Hero. And he's a far better shooter than the two of those. So
Josh Richardson with 5 on the shot clock, drives and is rejected by Mark.
Team, in addition to having LaMelo Ball back and healthy.
We will delve into the story of Miles Bridges a little later on.
That's what I'm talking about right there, Tyler. He led the league in free throw percentage last year, but he was only shooting like 3-4 a game. So we need him to keep getting.
So with Highsmith also in for the Heat. Highsmith, the do-it-all forward who really came around in the playoffs last year. Oh, that's the second block. To sit behind Gordon Hayward, learn all he can, and contribute off the bench. Hero with a rainbow to make it a tough shot. 2-point Heat lead. 10 points for Hero. 3 for Highsmith.
I said K-Love shouldn't be starting. So you may be asking, who do I want to start that for? That man right there.
2-point Heat lead. 10 points for Hero.
Yeah.
3 for Highsmith.
Definitely looking better than it was last year. He's already got it on defense. He knows how to play his role. He's not going to go out there and try to do too much. And on top of that, his jumper is improving. So that's exactly the forward that we need starting this season, in my opinion.
Smith, kaboom!
You keep hitting that three. That's
Wembanyama, you see flashes of excellence out of him.
Nice look at fast break. The 3-point shot is king. Thor, left-handed 3, got it. 4-point Charlotte lead. 2 minutes into the second quarter here in Miami. It's a Jay Rich triple. Josh, point shooter, had 107 treys last year on 37%.
Josh, everybody want to
point
talk
shooter
about
had
how
107
they don't want to talk about how we got back Jay Rich.
Last year on 37%. Oh, the steal. Jay Rich for Hero.
I thought he was going to throw the lob to Hero.
Hornets are 3 for 13. The Heat are 2 out of 13. Bryant put it in.
Some big shots on the perimeter, and that set up his drive attack game. And he is one athletic guy, one of the most athletic on the entire Heat roster. Yeah, it makes sense. Look, I mean, as a second-year player, still the youngest on the roster. He's got a lot of growing to do, but those games were big time for Fire, so I think that really helped him take a step forward.
That P.J. Washington score ended the Heat's run at 20 straight points. Oh, look at that!
That's my rookie moving like that.
To do, but those games were big time for Fire, so I think that really helped him.
I gotta see the footwork I seen on this boy. I gotta
take a step forward.
Look at where he dropped his foot at. That's perfect positioning because
P.J. Washington scored ended the Heat's run at.
And that ain't on no, bruh. He not doing that on no rookie. He a rookie, but he not doing that on no bum. He doing that on Gordon Hayward, 14th year in the league. That's
20 straight points.
I get it's the preseason, but shit like that transfers. That transfer.
Oh, look at that! Up and
very seasoned move there. I love his composure with the footwork, going backward and forward and stepping through on
both teams getting ready for their October 25th season openers. Kyle, kaboom! Missing the corner three. Only the second shot taken by Lowry. Rozier for the three.
Terry shot up in the first 8 seconds, really moving the basketball in that last possession.
Ball for 3. Bottom Rozier. 5 seconds left in the half. Hayward. Mark Williams got the dunk just before time. Preseason opener.
I did watch the entire first half. It didn't show it in here, but Tyler Hero went up to go on somebody, and he had like not broken nose. I said broken nose. His nose was bleeding. But in that first half, it showed me what I needed to see. In terms of, you see Tyler Hero starting in the second half because, as you can see on the second quarter, the end of the game, he was not on the court due to
Mark Williams got the dunk just before time.
Get that cleaned up. But it's not really showing it in here. But Duncan had a horrible game. Duncan had a horrible game, but I'm not ready to give up on Duncan just a preseason. And if you're a real Heat fan and you remember in the beginning of the 2020 season, the year we went to the bubble finals, Duncan couldn't hit it in the ocean in that preseason. But then we all know how that season turned out. So I'm not really putting too much of him not making his shots this game. Even though if I look here on my box score, he did go 0 for 6. So, of course, we wouldn't want him doing that in the season. And based off the playoff run he just had last season, I don't suspect him to come out shooting like that. But is this Jay Rich? Yeah, Jay Rich showed me exactly what he been showed me since he been on the Heat. That he's a great defender, a great two-way, a type of player that we've been missing. And that's the perfect backcourt duo that you put next to Hero, which is exactly why if Lowry isn't traded, he should be coming off the bench. Especially if you want to start the season starting K-Love, which I get it. From a veteran standpoint and starting out with the players you can trust. But by the time the playoffs roll around, I need number 24 right here starting at the 4. That's who I need. I was calling for him to start last year in the playoffs because his defense makes an impact. And he knows his role. He's not going out there to try to do too much. That's exactly the type of player that teams win championships with. Who else should I talk about? Thomas Bryant showed me. I know everybody knows he's going to score on offense, but what I was looking for was his defense and to see how he was going to fit in with our defense, judging from the fact that he was the worst defensive center last year in the league. It is the preseason, so I can't put too much emphasis on it, but it didn't look bad. It didn't look horrible. Excuse me, it didn't look horrible.
Season opener. And of course, Jimmy Butler and Caleb Martin.
Excuse me. How can I not talk about Bam? Bam, jumper's still there. The read's still there. The defense is still there. And it blows my mind how, for what the GMs voted, not one GM voted Bam as the best defensive player in the league. After we seen what he did the entire playoffs. We seen what he did to Giannis in the fourth quarters of those games. We seen what he did to Julius Randle the entire second round series. We seen what he did anytime he got to switch onto Tatum or Brown in the conference finals. Not only this year, but last year. We seen what he did to Jokic. Not my Jokic. You feel me? You may say, oh, Jokic still got finals MVP and then they averaged a 30-point triple-double. Yeah, but that's Jokic. If you look at his numbers from when they played the Timberwolves, the Suns, and the Lakers, and then compare that to when they played against the Heat, not only was Jokic's numbers down, but the entire Nuggets offense was down as a whole. Entire. Of course, we couldn't score either, which is exactly why we didn't end up winning. But that's not the point. The point is that Bam is the best defender in the league. And the fact that you guys using box score numbers such as steals and blocks to justify that shows me that it's a bunch of people with higher power with untrained eyes. And I don't like that because the fact that Bam's contract extension for him to get a Supermax is tied in to those same people with untrained eyes who are not watching our games and only looking at the box score to determine a good defensive player makes no sense to me. I think the people who was 1 and 2 on that list was Giannis and Drew Holiday. And we seen what Jimmy did to them both in the first round of playoffs. If that's the two best defenders in the league who let Jimmy go for 50 and then 45 to close them out in their building, then I guess the league just doesn't have any defense.
sitting out tonight's opener. Hayward, yes. Gordon Pound run down by Mark Williams. The Williams 6 rebounds and a couple of block shots tonight. Here's Rozier. That's good. Some injuries a season ago. His good health would be beneficial to Charlotte. Hornets up by 4. Their ball. Washington bulldozing. Got. Good screen by Bryant. Hero knocks down a Duncan wide open.
That's not what I need. We're back to Heroes 3.
Good screen.
Hero's our best shooter. Of course, we want him to get into his offense and get into his bag a little bit. But let's keep it simple. This pick and roll 3 is exactly what he should be living at this season. Catching shoots.
Good screen by Bryant. Hero knocks down a Duncan wide open. Could not make it. Robinson tonight 0 for 7.
Catch and shoot. That's what I need from him.
LaMelo Ball coming right at Bryant. And the defense.
Right on cue again.
LaMelo Ball coming right at Bryant.
LaMelo Ball, that's not some player fighting for minutes in the preseason. That's LaMelo Ball.
For 7.
LaMelo Ball.
LaMelo Ball coming right at Bryant. And the defense, the repelled shot.
That's that K-Love impact.
Richardson.
That's that K-Love impact.
So many great shooters don't need the ball to do it. They do it with movement off the ball. Hero can do it. Don't need the ball to do it. They do it.
So Duncan is still playing defense with his hands.
With movement off the ball, Hero can do it both ways.
Yeah,
He's so good off the
straight scores for the big man. He's a nice target with those long arms around the rim, being able to catch and make some shots with touch. So hard for the defense to keep backpedaling when he's on the dribble coming at you, and he can make that shot off a full run.
For Charlotte into their 14th turnover. Smith out to Highsmith. Here it comes. Come on.
Locksmith.
Washington Jr. from 3. That's Nick Smith Jr., the rookie.
Because I've been trying to let this man slide.
Washington Jr. from 3.
Because what are you looking at? Let me give y'all some basketball one-on-one real quick.
Washington Jr.
Watching the ball, which is cool, right? Playing the passing lane. But he sees the shot goes up. You know that this is your man in the corner. Why are you not immediately going to box out? TB went and boxed out. That's who I initially looked at to see if he boxed out. But you seen the ball go up. Now what are you looking at? Floyd? Because Floyd was at the game today. Floyd is right here at the game somewhere. I think this is him behind Spo. Is that what you're looking at? I don't know if y'all watch the Summer League games, but I watch the Summer League games. And Drew Smith is a very confusing player to me. Of course, I'm not a part of any type of NBA. I'm not a part of any scouting development, so I could only just see from what I see on the court. Okay, I don't know what he does in practice. I'll give him the benefit of doubt in that aspect. I don't know what he does behind the scenes, the work he puts in. I don't know what Spo and Chris Quinn and Caron Butler and all these guys over here seeing him, but I don't know what dirt he has on them. But from what I see on the court, every single time I've seen him on the court, I don't know what he's been doing. Okay, on offense he's just not it, but he does show flashes on defense. So I can't understand, and what I also can't understand is the fact that I'm not a scout. And I remember when Gabe Vincent first was on the team, I thought he was horrible as well. And look how he turned out to be. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But simple things like not
from 3. That's Nick Smith Jr., the rookie. Nick Smith Jr., the rookie from Arkansas. Kind of like him. Late first-round pick from the elbow. Yes.
That was a good contest.
Antonio Friday night, 7:30 start.
And this who I'm also excited about. I know you remember R.J. Hamilton. He used to go at it with LaMelo Ball, wherever he's at on his bench. He was a former first-round draft pick, and he's only, if I'm not mistaken, matter of fact, I fuck with y'all, so I ain't gonna lie to y'all. He's only 22 years old. 6'4" guard. Defensive minded. Athletic. Improving on the jump shot. On the two-way. I like it. I like that pickup. Also, I already talked about my rookie. I love my rookie. He looked so comfortable out there. This game is far from over. Let me keep playing it.
You can enjoy that one on TNT. We'll be back with you Sunday when the Heat host Memphis right here. Cole's NBA shot, a made three.
Yeah, really nice execution there. And Hampton able to get downhill off the pick and roll action.
Two guys going for the same minutes, both of them on two-way deals. They really got after it competitively. Brandon Miller. That man.
I don't fuck with Brandon Miller. I know y'all know what Prize Picks is. I cooked me up a 6-pick. Everything smack. Brandon Miller, they say he was the best player in the country, so I'm like, okay. In college, they say he was the best player in college. So I took his over on the points. This man went out there and had 0 points. I'm a Brandon Miller hater.
8 minutes left. Hampton. Nice pass back to Robinson. Bullies his way in.
The game, and these two guys coming in as controlling owners are going to put the resources in and want to see some change in a positive way. Really interested to see how the in-season tournament stacks up and what kind of impact that makes, and also the new rules. An exciting year.
Edmund Sumner and Orlando Robinson with the last 2 scores. There is always a lot to look forward to as we embark on another season of NBA. 5.5 left here in the fourth quarter. The Heat trail by 7. That's Swider, and that's a three-pointer with the offensive board. Thor.
See, if he was going to come out here, it would be nice if he committed and then Jaime take his man. So it's not necessarily a bad rotation. I'll just say it's bad communication. Because you know over here we Heat fans, defense is the priority. If he's coming out here, Jaime should already be on his way that way. That way he can at least run him off the line and go from there. But that didn't happen.
Thor. Oh, the mighty Thor. Yeah, the old Big East is right. But Swider has a chance because at 6'9", that shot can take him places.
Amazing story you told as well.
Well, Miami has scored the last 7 points to cut the deficit to 2, and that's a nice escape by Nick.
He is 6'9".
4. Swider wanted the 3.
I love it.
And now takes. Kaboom!
That 3, my guy.
6 on the shot clock. For the lead, Swider. Kaboom! Miami by 2 with a minute left.
Y'all see? Boom! I thought we had the worst fans in the league. It's a preseason game.
For the lead, Swider.
Preseason game getting lit like that.
Miami by 2 with a minute left. Timeout, Charlotte. Where do they go? Jaquez down the timeout.
Hey, I already know he missed the layup. But
Charlotte, where do they go? Jaquez down the runway.
I love it. Easy cleanup.
Robinson puts it in. And they have proceeded to try to throw a knockout punch here. 15-2 the Heat run. Oh, the missed shot brought down by Jamal Cain. R.J. Hunter.
Boys by Jaquez here. Horton makes, stepped up and made both.
Nick Smith Jr. with an air ball. Jaquez.
We'll take those. So, let's recap. So, pretty much, to end that game, my rookie stepped up to the line and looked poised, looked like a true veteran out there. From the footwork, the way he was everywhere on defense, flying around, the way he stepped up to the line and made those clutch free throws. I really like what I'm seeing from him. I really do. I love what I see from Cole Swider. Not only is he a 6'9" shooter, but on defense he did not look too lost out there. Like, what I mean by that is he looked like he was able to be in control of his body. As we see with some of these shooters, Duncan, as we see with some of these shooters, they look kind of like awkward out there. They're not really moving the same way they move on offense, on defense. I can't say the same about Cole Snyder, although it's only been one game, so I'll be really paying attention to that next game to see, because if he's able to not only keep shooting how he's shooting, but be an improvement on defense at his size, Hero looked nice. Although he did score 22 points on 22 shots, and that is not good. Jimmy didn't play, so some of the shots that he took, he would never had to force up. So I feel like once we get our team together, also without having Caleb, and get our rotations right, I'm very confident in this Heat team. Extremely confident. Of course, it would have been amazing to get Dame. Of course, that hurts a little bit, but the type of offseason that we had with Hero in the trade rumors again, I'm expecting another leap from him. Like, borderline all-star type of leap. Bam already has taken that leap, and in my opinion, it's all on Spo if he's going to unleash him or not, and let him playmate for us more and bring the ball up and run the offense through him more, because we've seen every time in the playoffs that we ran the offense through Bam, the results that happened. Game 5 in Milwaukee, he ended with a triple-double. The entire fourth quarter and overtime, Bam was on the court. We ran the offense through him, and we seen what happened. So that's on Spo. See if he's going to unleash Bam. Who else did I not talk about? Jovic. We didn't really see too much of Jovic tonight. But from what I seen on Twitter, he wasn't on the bench towards closer to the second half and the rest of the game. I'm hoping everything's all right, because I also love his potential. I love his fit next to Bam. I love the way that he can attack in transition, and we seen what he did in the FIBA game where he had 25 points perfect from the three. That's what we could use. His playmaking, his size, and he's only 20. He's only 20, so this team has a lot of potential, a great mix of vets and young guys and guys who are hungry, ready to prove themselves. And not to mention we have the best coach in the league. And that matters. Coaching matters, especially come playoff time. That's one thing everybody seems to overlook, and that's coaching. Coaching matters. When you have the best coach in the league like we do, it's kind of like you have a sixth player on the court. So I'm looking forward to the season, man. I'm excited. I'll be at the first game too. So I'll be there to see firsthand how we come out and how we start the season. And then I can really give my prediction. So honestly, I can't give my prediction right now or my projections for the season. I'm just excited. I got to see how the preseason keeps going, and I got to see how we look on that first game. Although we do play the Pistons, I just got to see how we look on that first game. And I'm excited. So, yeah, that's it for this video. Shit, if you fuck with me, show love. Go Heat.